Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2020. Banner Desert Hospital, Mesa, Arizona. HopeInPrison.com. I got to the hospital at about 4:15 this afternoon. I told my brother-in-law Dill that if he needed to do anything, I was scheduled to stay with my sister Joan until 7. He asked, where would I go? I settled into the recliner and we talked. I've been encouraging the inmates at the jail to memorize scriptures. I showed Dill the scripture, Hebrews chapter 12, verses 1 and 2, that I discussed with the inmates on Wednesday. When I was younger, I could memorize a scripture like this in an hour. I've been working on this one for 2 weeks. Dill said, that's okay, it's just part of getting older. I've been trying to memorize the commas, semicolons, and periods in my scripture. Dill pointed out that Hebrew doesn't use punctuation. He talked about the study of languages in the writings of his favorite author, Hugh Nibley. When the nurse came in, she said she felt like she was in an institute class. As we discussed the whys of life, I told Dill about a conversation I had with one of my clients, Gordon Goosen, this morning. Mr. Goosen has been the scoutmaster of a Lutheran scout troop in Chandler for the last year. Gordon explained that a lot of the lessons that are taught to the scouts don't sink in at the time, but when they're adults, they will reflect back, connect the dots, and understand what was being taught. Dill agreed and said that's the way things work. When it was time to leave at 7, I thanked Dill for the tender care he gives to Joan. I was so grateful I could be in the hospital with them this evening. I told Dill that one of the hardest things I've seen in jail is when an inmate can't be with a loved one that's in the hospital. P.S. Saturday, February 15, 2020. I called both Gordon and Dill today. I read them this journal entry, and each of them gave me permission to post it online.